In light of recent events that happened yesterday, um, I personally don't know how to feel or how to process what happened or anything for that matter. I don't know what to say, what to do, or anything like that, but to the victims and to the people who were fortunate enough to get out of yesterday's violent situation unharmed, as well as to the victims' families and whatnot. I am truly sorry for what happened to your loved ones and those whom you care about. As a nation, we should not have to deal with so much violence towards each other. It doesn't matter if we come from different backgrounds or different nationalities or different races or whatever. We should be coming together as a nation and trying to fix everything that is wrong with this nation. Not resorting to going into whatever place we want to go to and have to worry about if that's going to be the last time that we see our friends or families, or if we're going to get hurt or whatnot. These sorts of things really get to me, specifically because they're in environments that people are supposed to feel safe and secure. For me personally, I lived only 30 minutes north of Littleton when Columbine happened. And that scared me because I could have been in the vicinity of all of that chaotic mess that happened. And, to be honest, I empathize and sympathize with everyone who is going through a very, very hard time because of what happened. Honestly, I don't blame people for being upset or being angry, and we shouldn't even have to be having this conversation of, okay, we really need to cut back on the ways for people to get their hands on firearms and whatnot. Just arguing about it has done nothing to solve the issue. All it has done has caused more death, more violence, and we have to come together and agree on something and fix the issue instead of just bullshitting ourselves into thinking that we are this great nation that can just protect each other and whatnot, because we don't really give a damn about each other. In the long run, we really don't. We don't take care of our veterans. We don't take care of those who need to be taken care of. And then we expect everybody to be like, oh yeah, let's get together whenever a violent event happens and whatnot, but whenever everything's going good and hunky-dory and whatnot, we just drift apart. It shouldn't be like that. We should be united as a nation, regardless of our politics, our race, our sexual orientations, our genders. Whatever differences we have, they need to stop. And they need to stop now. We can't afford to have another tragedy and be in a could've, should've situation. We can't afford to have more innocent lives cut short because we could not bring ourselves to actually take an initiative and jump at stopping these types of violent events. Now, I know I'm going to get a lot of flack from people who are like, you know, Second Amendment rights people. I understand where they're coming from with the whole debate and whatnot. I'm not here to debate people. I'm only here to... I'm here to show the people of Florida that they are in my thoughts and prayers. I may not be as strong in my faith as I was as a child, but the people of Florida are in my thoughts and prayers. I just want to live in a world where we don't have to go around killing each other. That's depressing, and it doesn't bring any good positivity in the world. Yeah, I know we're going to have times where we're going to have to defend ourselves. I get that. But for people to just attack each other when we don't honestly know the full situation and whatnot is just ridiculous. I just want to live in a world where there's peace and whatnot. Not in a world that if you don't agree with me, you die. Or if you don't, like, conform to the way I see that... You know what I mean. I just want to live in a world where we can get along and, yes, while we have our differences, like, just agree to disagree and live in peace. I don't want to live in a world where everything is ruled by violence. Because that's not fair to this generation. It's not fair to the past generations, for sure. And it sure as hell is not going to be fair to all the future generations. Because if we don't fix this situation now, we're just going to be fucking our future generations and not have a way to protect them from future instances of violence and pain and misery. I'm sorry for being a little irritated and upset and using language that I probably should not be using, but at this point right now, I just have to speak my mind and be honest with people, because I cannot stand to hear about more kids or people in general, for that matter, just going into some places and shooting up a bunch of people just because of this or this reason. I cannot stand it. It breaks my heart, personally. And I just want people to realize that we're human beings. We need to stop acting animalistic and start treating each other with respect, dignity, and common decency. I cannot stress how much I am angered by this event. I am angered, but I am trying to reserve my anger. I'm also sad, but I'm also trying to keep my emotions intact. I, myself, have been going through a lot, but I'm putting my feelings aside for the moment, so that I can be there for people who need someone to talk to. Regardless of if it's specifically about this event that just happened yesterday, or if it's just something in general that they need help with. I'm just trying to be, a positive person right now, as best as I possibly can. Granted, everything that happened. I guess I've said all that I have needed to say, but specifically to the people of Florida, I am truly sorry for what happened to your community. I'm sorry that we have done nothing to fix the issue of gun violence. If there's anything I can personally do, whether it be big or small, I am willing to help in any possible way I can. I don't know what else to say, but may God heal the brokenhearted and bind up their wounds.